Good night once again. Back to the garage. We apologize for starting a little bit late, but you can see we in a remote location, and we have a special guest with us tonight. And without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. So, welcome back to the garage. I'm Mike, your host. Please share, like, and subscribe. We cannot do this without you. And spread the word, spread it, spread it, spread it. We can't do without you. And I would ask you to keep on supporting us as we go a little bigger. We'd like you to get involved and be a part of us. Whatever beneficial we get, we would also return it back to the public. So, thank you. But again, without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. Tonight, we are here with a special guest. Um, Our name is D.
Good evening, everybody.
So D, we is one of our special guests tonight, and we have a topic where we're gonna discuss a little bit. We are no expert, but there's a topic we're gonna discuss based on mental health. So um, we will also, maybe follow up with this topic where we have more professional individual that maybe in the medical field that deal with these specific areas where we may bring on the show and to elaborate a little bit more deeper into that topic. But for now, no, we were going to discuss our basic knowledge, experience, personal experience of what is mental health is and what sometimes society is going through and what we experiencing on an individual or family level or one-on-one with someone, a friend, et cetera, et cetera. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into that tonight. We're going to jump right into it. Good night, Miss D, and how are you?
Hey, everybody. I'm finding you. Happy Father's Day, guys.
Happy Father's Day. Thank you for reminding me. Happy Father's Day for tomorrow. On behalf of the garage, happy Father's Day for all those good fathers out there and to the deadbeat fathers. Not good, not good. But happy to all fathers, regardless of the deadbeat ones and the good ones. Happy Father's Day to all the good ones and the bad ones as well. So as we go into our topic, mental health. How do you define mental health? What is your personal experience or general experience about mental health? Where do you see society with this issue?
Well, one thing about me, I'm from Brooklyn, and I've been around people with. At the time, I was young, so I say people with problems. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But at the time, I didn't know it was actually called mental health or things going on mentally. But I knew for a fact it was something wrong with them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Make a long story short, I had a little experience with mental health myself. I'm not here to speak about nobody else's experience. I'm just here to tap in on a little bit about my life, what I experienced in the last 5 years. One thing about me, you will look at me and just like in your first time seeing me, you probably think, "Oh, she's mean. Why she never smile?" Things like that. But at the same time, that have nothing to do with nothing. People just be focused on what they gotta do and take care of life. What their priority
Mhm.
is, what comes first, and what comes next. Um, my whole point of saying that is that like I had basically a couple of people pass away in my life back to back. Then I was going through domestic violence since I was like 14. So my mom died when I was 14. I never
Sorry to
had,
hear that.
no counseling behind that, no therapy and stuff like that. Um, I had and wound up pregnant or whatever right after my mother passed away. I did what I had to do, got an abortion. I had another baby right after that. 2001, I had my first child. So, dealing with things as a child and really having dealt with certain traumas, not saying death is a trauma, but in a way it is a trauma. People might say it ain't, or it might not be a trauma for them because they feel like they could just keep on pushing on because somebody passed away, and life goes on. We all know that, but at the end of the day, everybody grieve and deal with things differently. One thing about me, I'm not going to say I'm the strongest of my family or the strongest in my age group of the family members that I have in my age group, but coming up, I was always the strongest. Meaning strongest mentally, yeah, I was always the strongest mentally. Fighting, yeah. Anytime it was any problem with friends or fighting girls or even just me having brothers, like I was always there. Like it was never no obstacle or no how you say it. It was never no obstacle or nothing that I felt that I couldn't do. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's always somebody out there that could do it better. But the whole point of me is saying that is that you might not think I'm mental health, but my whole point is don't never judge a book by its cover, because just because I'm dressed like this, just because my hair like this, just because I present myself this way, that don't mean that in my mind I'm not fighting demons on a daily basis. You understand what I'm saying? Just because I'm not outside fighting or getting locked up or doing other things that other people with mental health do, but y'all gotta realize it's different levels to mental health. It don't just start out of nowhere. It don't just start when you born. Some people have problems, but it's things that you haven't dealt with, or your parents haven't really had the direction or the guidance to tap on to take care of you as a child physically, like, and mentally. You understand what I'm saying? Because a couple of years ago, my mother, she was dealing with a child that had mental health issues. Like I found out this about my brother as I got older. You understand what I'm saying? Like I had traumatic things that happened to my mother that I didn't even know about until I got in my 30s. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like this, like I'm gonna tell you like this: don't never think that you or nobody in your family can go through it. My whole thing to tell the people in the world is make sure you check on your friends, even the ones that you call your acquaintances, the ones you might not see 2-3 years later or 2 months later. Just call them, check them on them. You got their number, you know where they live. Knock on their door. If you can't knock on their door, slip a note in their mailbox, because you never know what they're going through. At the end of the day, everybody deal with mental health differently. Like I said, just because I'm presented this way, my hair done, lashes on, that don't mean I don't go through my demons on a daily basis, which I do. But on another note, I just tell everybody, take care of yourself. At the end of the day, like my doctor told me when I had to go to the hospital, yeah, I had to go to the psych ward for the first time in my life. I have 3 kids, so of course it was a different ball game for me because, like I said, I never been there. I always heard about it, always seen the movies about it, and things like that. But like I said, you can't never judge a book by its cover until you actually walk the steps in those shoes to see what a mental health psychotic ward is and what it's about. So that's why to this day I don't play with people. I don't let people play with me. And one thing I don't like when somebody call me crazy, because just because we went to the hospital to take care of what we need to take care of mentally, that don't make us crazy. So if you see me on the street and I'm just standing around, I'm standing around to make sure my mental is clear, just to get a fresh air, the breath of fresh air away from where I reside. So if you don't understand me, you will never understand me. I'm not here for you to understand me. I'm just here for you to get me, and don't go the route that I did, because I almost killed myself in front of my daughters. They wasn't here in the apartment, but they wasn't here. They was here physically. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm just here talking to y'all, so you don't have to walk a day in my shoes, or it might be to the point to where you might not come out. I came out. It wasn't only me, it was my neighbors, even though sometimes they can't stand me and I can't stand them, but it is what it is. I'm always giving them the respect. But one thing I don't like, don't call me crazy, because if you really need me, I'm going to be there for you. And at the end of the day, all love is one love.
So I realize, as I listen to you and I listen to your story, it's very heartbreaking, and it's sad for what you have gone through and what you might still have going through. And it's a tough route when it comes to mental disturbance or mental challenges. And we see today in society how folks who um, go off on a different route based on their mental side. And mental health, as I understand it, sometimes it doesn't mean that you have to do drugs or anything. It could be coming from stress situation what you go through. People operate in a different functionality or different function how they respond to certain
Right.
trauma that happens in their life. Like her, I mean, her situation could be because her mom passed away, or stressed out with having a young teen, having a child at a certain young age, et cetera, et cetera. It could be that triggers her, as well as it could be other things. But it's not everyone is in the same category of why they reach to a certain level in their mindset, their mental state, if it's healthy or not. It takes different aspect in life, different route in life where people would experience things. So tell me a little bit about when growing up and you reached a certain. At what point you realize that your mind is actually not where it's supposed to be as a what they call it as a normal state of mind. I mean, at what age you think you discover or was aware of what's happening with you mentally?
See, this is the thing. Number one, when I was born, I always knew I was different from all females.
Mm.
Number one, why? Because my voice. Everybody can hear it. Number one, my voice. Just by the way I move. I'm not the type of female that needs a crowd or needs validation from other females or a crowd of people to make it seem like they're known or they the star, or not even a star, just to belong in a group. One thing about me, I love being alone. You understand what I'm saying? And the whole point of me saying that is that I never said I had a mental illness from when I was younger. I said I already knew that I was somebody special because I knew it was things wrong with people that I was around, but I couldn't call it. I didn't know it was called mental health. But at the same time, as I got older and stayed in school and learned, and you understand what I'm saying? They teach you things in school. So yeah, you learn in school first. You learn from conversations. You hear your parents and whoever else in your family members talking about. Some people, some families, they're gonna tell it to you straight how it is. Some families, they like sweeping things under the rug. And one thing about my family, we don't never sweep nothing under the rug. We gonna call it how it is. And at the end of the day, it's either you accept it or reject it. Either you work on it and make it better, or you can sit in it and let it marinate and eat you up. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
and at
right.
the end of the day, my whole point of saying that is that the thing about it was somebody laced my marijuana. That's the difference. Somebody laced my marijuana. So I started acting erratic, out of character, as people know me. Like I said, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not from the Bronx. We in the Bronx right now. So my neighbors, the ones that I was around at the time, they, like they don't know me, but they know my behavior. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right, right.
like some people, like I said, instead of them being a real man and woman about it and pulling me in the house and like, yo, we live in the same building, like, yo, not saying like that, but on some real shit, like, get the fuck in the house. Like, I don't know what the fuck is up with you, but where your key at? Open the door. I'm gonna put you in there and I'm gonna lock the door and I'm gonna check on you later in a couple of hours. You understand what I'm saying? Instead, people doing that, people was recording me. So my whole point of saying that is that I already knew something was wrong because I knew something wasn't right. But like I said, I was going through domestic violence. I was going through that too. So I was going through that. My best friend's son died in my arms at 10 years old, 5 years ago. So I was dealing with that. Like, I just was started meaning accusing people with stuff that wasn't true. So that's how I knew something was wrong with me. You understand what I'm saying? Not something was wrong with me, but something wasn't right with me. Like, I was off balance. My character was outrageous. Some stuff that I wouldn't say or do. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, like, it was to the point to where I was around my daughters. I wasn't eating. Like, I wasn't cleaning up. I wasn't doing my daily motherly duties. So it was to the point they had to call my family. Like, people checked on me and stuff, but I'm me. If I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to be bothered. And my people had to come up here from Brooklyn, and that's when I went to the hospital, and that's how I found out, I'm bipolar 1.
Okay. So I apologize for translating or or understanding, where based on your mental state at the
Right.
time,
Mhm.
how it triggers and what you experiencing.
Right.
And it's a lot I've heard, based on what you share, you have gone through. And I don't know where, for some people, would actually, I would say, um, have the capacity to go through this type of situation without having a mental breakdown, or just trying to uphold so much pressure in their mind, or just dealing with so much drama at the same time. You're dealing with death
Right.
at the same time, and then come to add to a little bit to it, where you had someone kind of a spike your marijuana, is what you're saying, maybe put something inside of it, and kind of contribute to whatever you're experiencing now, or possibly the whole 9 yard is what causing your state of mind to where it's at right now. So that's not another key point too, where we have to be careful of who we associate ourselves with and who we do
Who you
things together
associate
with.
with, who you talk to, who you vent to, all types of shit.
Right,
Point
right.
blank period. It's to the point to where right now we doing this podcast, my neighbors going off. Like at the end of the day, I don't give two who don't like it. At the end of the day, I speaks the truth. And if I'm wrong, God gonna strike me tonight or tomorrow. That's on my dead mama and father. So you can miss me with the you already know what it is. Big Brooklyn in the building.
In the building.
On and off air, sister. You know the vibes.
So for those who out there who may be going through some situation like this, we encourage you to seek help, to evaluate yourself if it's possible.
Right. Ain't
And
nothing wrong with it.
if you sense something is off with your thinking, I would suggest you.
Yeah, that's
you-
the problem
you get
nowadays. People be
evaluated.
ashamed, and I'm not ashamed. I don't care how pretty I am and whatever you think, how fat my butt may be. But at the end of the day, yeah, it could be your loved ones going through it right now, and you would never know until you sit down and really break it down and get really down and itty gritty in that conversation and see what's really going on.
Right, right. So there's a thing also you share with us that you went through. I don't know if you want to elaborate a little bit on it, but we know we have a lot of mothers are going through those situations. You said at one point you have got pregnant and you have to abort the child based on at what age you were at that time.
14.
14. So I mean that's a lot of pressure at the age of 14. Try to probably.
I mean, to me, it wasn't really no pressure because my mother had just died. My mother died in 2000. I got pregnant in the same year. So it wasn't really no pressure to me because at the end of the day, I knew I was a child. I knew I wasn't ready for no child. I knew I couldn't take care of no child. I knew I ain't know what to do, even though I've been a babysitter for a couple of years before I turned 14. So it's like, it was really nothing for me to do, but mentally, like, none. But at the end of the day, it's like, it still ain't make sense, but it made sense, but it didn't make sense because I had my first child the next year, which was 2001. My daughter 23 now.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't really the situation where you got pregnant at the age of 14 and then you had
And
to.
it was my father. It was mainly my father. Like, my
Your
father,
father-
I asked my father. Like, I told my father, yeah, my father was still alive. I told my father, and my father was like, no. Like, I mean, not really. The father wanted the baby. I wanted the baby in a way, but at the end of the day, like I said, I wasn't ready, so I wasn't really thinking about taking care of no baby or being no mother. So it wasn't really nothing for me to really, really, really think about and elaborate about. Nah.
So he
It was no
supportive?
bueno.
And maybe you mentioned that your father didn't want it, but was he like
My,
supportive?
my father always been in my life. My father always been supportive. My father was helping me until the day he died. My father died when I was in the shelter.
Oh, okay.
Before I got where I'm at right now.
Sorry, my apologies. Sorry, no, my condolence actually, to you. And so it seems like you have been through a lot, and where you are right now, it's not a lot of people can maintain this type of pressure. I would say pressure. Some may just say just situations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. I mean, just listening to you. I mean,
Right. I mean, look, at the end of the day, everything is pressure. Life is pressure. Bills is pressure. Girls is pressure. Men is pressure. Husbands is pressure. Wives is pressure. Kids is pressure. You feel me? Like, that's why we got high blood pressure. You feel me? So it's like,
hear that
look,
high
you
blood
gotta-
pressure. You know it's coming
you
from.
gotta take it as it is and take it one step at a time and one day at a time. Like like my people, like not even my neighbors always tell me. They tell me what they don't be telling me. They tell me to slow down. Like I walk fast. Like I do everything fast paced. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, D, slow down. Like, where you going? Like, bro, we know you only going to the store, but why you walking 20 miles per hour, bro?
I think
This
that's
is
New
just
York
natural.
in
Like, you
general.
understand what I'm saying? Like, or oh, like, yo, D, what you doing? Like, yo, bro, I'm cooking, I'm doing hair, I'm doing my lashes and my nails. Like, bro, how you doing? Cause, bro, I'm a mother and I'm a multitasker. Like, who gonna do it if I don't do it? You feel me? It's still gotta
Right.
get done. Like, that's how I look at
It,
it.
it's I mean it's a tough situation
Right.
you have been through, and
Right.
possibly some of them you may be still going through, but
Definitely.
I give kudos to you, to I mean some people, I mean you mentioned, and I don't want to misquote that, you reached to a point at one time you were thinking about, cutting your life off, ending your
Yeah.
life. And I mean, for some situation like that, it's, as I said, I give kudos to you, because most of us, I would say, if it's fair to say, most of us, or some of us, let me try to stay on the safety net. Some of us cannot manage that type of a pressure. I mean, we probably would wind up killing ourselves. Yes, even though you had that type of a mindset, you have that type of a premeditation, but the fact that you still didn't go through with it, and I thank God you didn't go
Right.
through it, because you're still here.
Right.
You have your daughters to take care of
Oh
and
yeah, my
just live
baby
your
wasn't
life.
playing with me.
So
My daughter
it's
wasn't
it's a
not
good
playing.
thing that you didn't go through and stuff like that. I myself, I've in a little situation with
I hate when I
um
start tearing. I can't
and
stop.
it is fine. It's not, that's natural. I mean, for something what like that, what you have gone through, and just talking about it and don't cry, it's that gonna be really weird,
Baby, I'm a
because
big baby. I'm a big
that's
baby.
a lot you have been through. It's a lot you have been through, and seeing where you at now, standing strong and still moving forward. The fight is not over,
Never,
but
never, never.
you're still fighting. You're still going at it. And as I said, I give kudos to you, because it's not a lot of folks. I mean, the slightest little thing, some of us, if we just lost our job, we're ready to jump off the roof. You lost your parent, your mother, you got pregnant.
My
The
best
whole
friend's son died in my
best
arms
friend's
in my
son died.
apartment.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's a lot. I mean, for at the
Best friend
time
got
to
killed. Yeah.
from the time to you were
Baby
young.
father got killed by the police. Yeah, can't
So
forget that.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Right.
I mean, for just sitting here listening to you. I mean, I'm thinking, like even quarter of that, I probably wouldn't be able to maintain. I mean, as I said, you are a strong, and this is where we talk about strong black woman. I mean, I think Dee is an example from that aspect, in the sense of the pressure what she have gone through, and she's maybe still going through some of them and still standing strong. Yes, she may have a little
Attitude,
attitude, or a little drift off in the sense, but I mean, for her not to be
hiding, not
for her
hiding,
to
but
be
I
here
seclude
on the
myself.
street and not in a psych ward,
Right. Amen to that.
that's, and give kudos to the Most High, which is God Himself,
Love.
because
Amen.
He's the one who helped
That's
to
right.
maintain and keep your mind at stable, because we don't guarantee to wake up tomorrow.
Goddamn.
No.
No.
We
You
don't
tear it.
listen. Cry if you want to cry out. I
I'm
mean,
not crying.
it's
Crying out of like. "Rrr."
well, tear if you want to tear. I mean, you. I mean, it's something that is heart touching to you, and something that is. I mean, if I sit there and like my mom passed away 2 years ago, and the other day, I mean, I to me, I didn't really feel like it's up to this day. I don't feel like it hits me. I know that she's not here with me anymore, and I feel like it doesn't hit me, because it's like sometimes I feel like I'm cold towards the situation.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes I question myself. I said, Mike, you really love your mom? I mean, you didn't bawl, you didn't holler at the funeral, you
Right.
didn't, you'd act like life just move on.
Right.
And I think it's the opposite, even though I am not tearing on a regular basis, or just even at the funeral period. I talked, and sometime when I was talking at one point there, I paused for a second, and I was emotionally impacted at that moment. But at the same time, there was no tears coming down, and I didn't feel that impact like that. But some scholars and some people said, that right now you may not experience the impact, but somewhere down the line, it's gonna hit you. And when it does hit you, you may not be able to handle it. Some people it affect immediately. Some people takes a years before reality ships in.
Hello.
And it is a sad situation at the time. So just coming back in the context is that I lost her at the moment, and other family members, and even though I don't want to contradict, even though I said it didn't impact, but it touches me. And sometimes the other day I was driving in a car and I was tapping at a stoplight, and all of a sudden, just abruptly, she just came back with, had a picture where one of my neighbor sitting and talking with her, and they took the picture of her. And at the time, she was kind of in her state of mind where she had dementia as well. But she at the time she wasn't deep into the dementia yet, but she was like midway, stuff like that. And I'm looking at the picture and she's smiling, all that. And it was emotional disturbance for me, because even the guys, there was like 5 cars behind me blowing, and it's like I didn't hear them. And I'm sitting in the light and just reminiscing on her. And then I felt like I was about to cry. And eventually that feeling just uplifted, and I realized where I'm at, and I keep on driving and stuff like that. So, just to say that, to say this, just that little episode, and I feel that way. Imagine your situation, what you have gone through, and you are still here, fighting it, and keeping hope alive, keeping that strong black woman power, going. And it doesn't take a friend of mine that, is a part of the garage, even though he never come out, his name is Bully. He said this doesn't take boy to do this. So in reference, what he means is like, for something of this or magnitude or anything what you're doing that requires a lot of manpower, brilliances or stuff like that, it's not a common person can do it. So that's what it refers to. Like, this doesn't take boy. So in your aspect is like, this doesn't take,
Meaning it take a lot of heart.
it takes
Excuse
a
my
lot
language. It takes a lot of bold. It takes a lot of
of guts, as what they were saying. I
guts.
got
You know
a
what
lot
I
of
mean?
discipline, a lot of,
Yeah.
the whole shebang. It takes that. And as I said, my condolence to you and towards your family, your immediate family, your friends, your friends, so on and so on, that passed away. And even that little boy, I know my mom, she passed away in my arms, and so I can empathize and sympathize how you must have felt, for a loved one to pass in your hand, pass away in your hand. And I know it's true. But as I said, it is tough. Some people out there are struggling, and they are fighting, and some just give up immediately they start these situations. What would you like to what other information you would like to share with us, and the public, how to keep focus, keep strong, follow up with whatever medical situation you need to deal with, or what's surrounding you need to keep yourself, to make sure, if that's a part of I would say mental healing, what type of a crowd you need to be around, and what type of situation you need to put yourself in to continue to be this strong.
Just continue going to the doctor. I mean, if you got an outpatient program, inpatient program, keep on going to your programs. If they keep on prescribing you medicine, keep on getting your medicine. If you able to, get SSI, do what you got to do. But I wasn't obligated for that. I mean, they said my bipolar 1 ain't severe enough. Truthfully, I didn't want disability because I know I'm still willing and able to work. Ain't nothing wrong with my limbs. Not saying no disrespect to people that's getting it, but I know ain't nothing wrong with them. Some people was wrong with them, some people, but like I said, I don't need it, so I really didn't want it. So that's another reason why I'm not in no program, because they dropped me, and my health plan and the Medicaid did not prescribe me no more medicine since I was released from the hospital. So But truthfully, I had to help myself. Truthfully, me and God got me back. What I do is journal.
Indeed,
I write a
indeed.
lot. I talk to myself. I talk to myself to the point to where my neighbors hear me. Yeah, I talk to myself, but I only talk to myself when I'm in my house, in my own circumference. You understand what I'm saying? People that hang around me on a daily basis, they know this. You understand what I'm saying? Some
Mhm.
people know, some people don't. But at the end of the day, it's like this. You gonna take it. You gonna take me for who I am and not for what you think. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the
Right,
day,
right.
it's like this. No matter what I'm going through, I always lend my hand. I'm always helping people. That's one thing I know for a fact God put me on this earth for, is to help people. And this platform not is not for me, but at the end of the day, I'm here talking to y'all because it's for me to help other people that's going through it now, or you understand what I'm saying, know somebody that's going through it, or have an idea, or feel like, sometimes it's too much. At the end of the day, call somebody that you haven't spoken to in a couple of years. If you don't know me, like, hit me on the Instagram. My name is D_cinnamon86. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And hit me in the inbox, and then I could chop it up with you personally. But this is not my platform for me to be, keep on elaborating. But like the most of all, like I said, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little off track, is to talk to yourself, talk to God, number one, and keep on letting yourself know that you're worthy, no matter what you've been through, no matter what a man put you through, a woman put you through. No, God put you here on this earth for a reason, and don't never stop
Indeed,
until you
indeed,
find out what that reason is. And I don't know
indeed.
what I'm going through. I mean, I don't know where I'm going, but I know for a fact God got me, and I know it's always up from here.
For real,
Have a
people.
blessed night. This is D,
Keep
aka
that in mind.
Brooklyn,
Keep
D
that in mind.
underscore cinnamon 86. Have a
Keep that in
blessed
mind.
night. And happy Father's Day, everybody.
So, as what they said to you, God should be the forte, the main, the main pinnacle in your life, especially going through a situation like these. It should be the main pinnacle in your life. That He's the one who is gonna carry you through, and would keep you through these obstacles and time time of the situation. He will be there for you like nobody else.
And
And
another thing, excuse me, and not to interrupt, another thing that would definitely get you through it, stop being in denial. It's a lot of people out here in denial. You
oh,
need to
that's
just
good. Yeah.
live with it and face it, because I'm not ashamed of nothing. Okay?
And this is how you're
My
gonna grow.
daughters might be to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, like I told them, this is me now. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
God put me through this obstacle or this circle or this revelation or however you want to call it for a reason. I guess to show some of my friends and family members, like, look, I'm not the only one that need to change my life. For some people, a lot of people around me need to too. So if you want to look in the mirror, look at me.
That's
Okay?
what Michael Jackson says. I'm talking about that man in the mirror. And it's so profound that there are times when we quick to judge others, and there are times we're not facing our own judgment or not looking on our own self. So we quick to snap the finger, point the finger, etc., etc.
And
And yet,
talk about it. Talk about it. That's
right,
how I got through it too. Talking about it. I talk to a lot of people about what I go through. Like one of my friends, she on live right now, Princess Cromwell. Like, she helped me a lot. My neighbors helped me a lot. But one person and my other friend is lovely. Like, she on my Instagram too. Like, them the two people that I really talk to a lot about, like the
mhm,
deeper inner sides and inner sights and certain traumas and still triggers. I still got triggers to this day. A lot of stuff still trigger me. So if I feel like this, if I know it's going to be a trigger for me, I'm not coming around it. You understand what I'm saying? If I
right,
feel like I'm mad today
mhm,
and my friend want to call me like, yo, D, we going out, I'm taking you out to get some drinks, I'm like, yo, I'm not feeling good, not feeling good, but I'm not in the mood. You understand what I'm saying?
right,
I'm in the mood, but the mood right now is like on 10. I'm ready to punch somebody in their face. So
mm,
let
mhm,
me chillax in my house for a couple of hours till I wind down, till I feel like I'm cool enough to even go in public. You feel me?
right.
Like, that's the time, and sometimes I be on, like, dead
And
serious.
kudos to Princess for being there for her through her state of mind. What she is going through and what she is still continue going through. Kudos for good friends out there who is standing with your good friends. You need. I think there was an I share with my host Mike at one point. and not just specifically him, but others, where they had a study, and the study found out that if we don't, as human beings, interact with each other on a physical level, touch,
Right.
being there for the
Mhm.
talk to, eventually we will die. That's from a state of the baby. Now, going to the level of being a man or a woman, or going to an adult,
Right.
I'm not sure how it impact us as, but I think the scenario remains the same. Now, it maybe take a longer time for us to maybe pass away without getting any interaction for another human being, or touch or so forth. It may take a long time, but for a baby, based on the scientific study, it takes, if they don't receive that touch, eventually the baby would die. But it's I seen that you've been through a lot, and as what you share, you make a key point. You said friends talk. If you have,
Anybody going through mental health.
if you are aware of certain things that's happening to
Because
you,
remember, you know what's going on before anybody know what's going
right?
on. You know your body, you know your mental, you know your ways, you know your character, you know things that you do, you don't do. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's like once your schedule and your daily start changing and you start isolating yourself and you stop going outside or you don't want to be bothered with nobody just but the people that live in your house, that's when you know it's starting to be a problem. You don't
Mm,
go outside. That's what I used to do. I used to stay in the house. My neighbors will tell you I used to stay in the house for months at a time,
mm,
months at a time. Only time I come out is when I gotta go to the store. If I wanted the cigarette, it was to the point to where I stopped smoking cigarettes because I wasn't coming out.
mm.
And that's when people really started to notice, like, yeah, something going on with D.
Something's going
Yeah,
on.
like she
So the
always
other,
outside. That's one thing about me. Like I'm outside. I'm outside. I
we
like being
outside, we
outside.
outside,
I like
baby, we
nature. I
outside.
like seeing the sun, the trees, the flowers, hearing the noise, the cars.
So there was a,
Yeah.
you mentioned something, and I would ask you, have you gone through, within all of this, have you gone through any depression state?
Yeah, I went through a depression. That's what I mean. Like that's the first stage, depression. I went through depression first.
And how did you handle that? How, I mean,
The depression, I started isolating myself. I stopped eating, stopped cooking. Like I started like my house started looking like a hoarder house. Like I wash clothes and don't like let the washing machine finish spinning the water out, leaving clothes wet in the washing machine type shit. Thought I was like on some dead serious. Like people probably laugh, but I really thought
it's okay.
like at one point like I thought that I was in a game, meaning like in a game. You know how people talk about like the Illuminati and the trends and all that.
Hmm, hmm.
I really thought I was in a game, meaning it was to the point to where one time I was in my kitchen and I thought like I was like in competition with my neighbors, like that serious in the building on the side of me. I thought we was in competition like on the Chef Ramsay show, like trying to see like who could cut up the fruit and the vegetables the fastest, bro. Like no lie, word on my dead mother and father. Like my family, like certain people, I don't tell these stories to because they look at me like you understand what I'm saying?
Right,
But this
I
is
get you.
my
Right.
experience. I'm talking about true shit. Like I could even call two of my neighbors upstairs right now and they'll tell you like I was in my kitchen going ham. Like to the point to where I'm like letting it known like not being a chef, I'm good in the kitchen at cooking, but I'm really letting them know that I'm nasty with knives. Like, yeah, I'm that nasty. My brother taught me a little karate. You know, I used to run track on a cheerleading team, double dutch team, all that growing up. You understand what I'm saying? And I fight good. And I'm letting them know I used to play with them things in my mouth too. Like, so yeah. You
So
understand what
you
I'm
so
saying?
you
Like,
so
don't fuck with me.
you're a hottie too. Nobody
Like,
can run up on you.
but yeah, I really thought like I was in a game on the chef, like we was in competition. Like I was in here
You
talking
catch
to
stuff.
myself.
See, you mess with D, you catch those hands.
I was using my seasoning, all my ketchup, mayonnaise. Boy, it was crazy. It was crazy, but I was having fun.
Well, I'm glad you were having fun through so some tough times and stuff like that, and we're glad that you are moving forward and growing in a healthy
My
manner.
battery about to die.
Yeah, and we trust that you will continue to to be strong, and to to keep on, as what they said, keep on keeping on, to all this drama and to this situation. And for those who are out there who listening or may watch this at a later time, please, this is not a joke. It's a very serious situation. We have seen it going on. I have personal experience with the same situation, with family members and loved ones. I've gone through this situation, and it's not a joke. Some
Definitely
people,
ain't.
yeah,
It
some
definitely
people
ain't.
able to maintain themselves, and
Mhm.
as what you see, what they did with the help of
Some
God.
people go into a
Some
different,
people,
deeper state.
because of that situation, they are not here with us today amongst the living, and because they cannot take the pressure. I mean, just for what they have gone through. I've listened to other stories, not just the mental situation, but other stories where people have gone through, and the slightest little thing, they're like, you know what, I gotta end this life. I gotta
Mhm.
cut out of here. I can't deal with this.
Right.
And so you see that, based on those gauging, using that to gauge, situation, what people are dealing with and what Dia has gone through, and she's still standing strong, and being supportive to her family, being supportive to herself, and try to help others. This is one of the things too. The show is all about helping others at the end of the day, and for the fact that she comes out here and express herself. There's some personal things she willing to share with you, just to make sure that she can help people out there that is going through this situation.
Yes,
It
sir.
is, it is, it is. I lift my hat
It's real
to
out here
her.
in these streets.
Because some of us
It's
will
real out
keep,
here in this world.
yeah, some of us will keep that within
There's
us
too
and
much
keep it to
going on right
ourselves.
now.
But she's here on the garage sharing with us public out there who may be going through the situation, or have a loved one or a friend going through the situation,
Co-worker,
or a
neighbor,
neighbor, anyone whatsoever going through the
child.
situation. um, you know what you need to do, how to deal with it. And one of the things, in not just this situation but in all situation,
Boys
if
too. That's
if you
another thing. You got to talk about boys too. Boys go through a lot mentally.
there, I
They don't
mean,
talk
human
about it.
being period go
Yeah,
through
you got to
mental
let it
health.
out.
So
Talk to
it's not
somebody.
just one race alone, or one species alone, or one sex alone, if you put it that way. It's for every one of us. Everyone has the capability, or I would say the the um the the word I'm looking for, this can fall into this situation. Make a long story short, everyone has the in the situation, as long as you're alive, can fall into this situation. And now you understand, if you do have some type of a signs that these things may be coming on to you, based on what they share with you, you would have an idea what to do. Seek help. You have many experts out there, um, where would help you go through these situation, and to help you recover and to fight this the situation that you're going through. So the a little bit more questions. So you have anything specifically, during this time period when you're going through your situation, what you would like to address, what you think it's that it would be on the top of the chain, where it is very important people do this or do that or such and such.
Make sure you go to the doctor. A lot of people don't go to the doctor. A lot of females don't go to the doctor. A lot of boys don't go to the doctor. It could just be for a regular normal checkup. You don't never know what that regular normal checkup may lead to in the long
Fine,
run. It
right?
might have different, you might have something wrong with you, or it might be something minor, and it might be something, turn into something big. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, or at the end of the day, if you feel something in your mind ain't right, go to the hospital. Tell them you want an evaluation. You want to admit yourself for 10 days. They'll let you out.
Mm. And she brought that up, and I remember a friend of mine. We weren't really close. We used to, I would say, hang out a lot. It was a friend of mine, and he passed away now about a year ago.
I don't know if it's 10 days. My bag. I don't know how long it is, but just let them know. And
But about that, so in conjunction to what she was saying pertaining to the doctor, is that he was pretty young. I would say in his late 30s, maybe mid 30s, late 30s, and stuff like that. He finally got stage 4 cancer. One of the things, he discovered it late because he didn't go to the doctor and do his annual or regular checkup and stuff like that. And most of us young men out there, we don't do these things, especially us Caribbean men. We, or should I say, just men overall, because we think that because we don't have any symptoms or we don't see any signs happening, we think we're okay. And we have silent killers that's lurking in our bodies. And sometimes when they start acting out, that's the time when we respond to it. But most of the time, it's too late. And that would apply to your mental states too. If you see something, or you as what Dee said earlier on before, certain things she knows that she started falling out of character. Started doing certain things where she's like, wait a minute, this is not me. This is not what I used to do. This is not how I used to speak. So these were signs she was experiencing, and right off the bat, she realized, okay, you know what? Something is a little bit off with me. I need to get checked out. So if she wasn't monitoring herself, she would probably be in denial and say, just maybe I'm just going through a phase or whatever the case may be. But the fact that she probably was monitoring herself and she know what her personalities, her characteristic is all about, your mental state was all about. And when that thing started changing, or that hiccup happens in her mindset, she was aware of it and she seek help immediately. She addressed it immediately. For us men, we don't do these things. We tend, especially on the medical side, where we go to seek help or get ourselves annually check up. We don't do that. And based on the story what I shared with you not too long ago, where a friend of mine, he passed away from cancer, and when he went and checked to the doctor, I guess there was something he was happening with him that forced him to the doctor, and then this is when he discovered that he had stage 4 cancer. So going to the doctor doesn't rule out that you will not catch these type of a disease, plagues, sickness, etc., etc. It doesn't mean that, but it gives you a chance to fight it, especially if you catch them earlier. Like my mom, she kind of caught hers early, her mental state, which was dementia, and it was moving really progressive, harsh on her. But because they caught it earlier in her stage, they were fighting it, and she were able to survive for a good period of time before it really started taking it. It didn't reach dementia. It didn't reach Alzheimer's. It didn't reach to that stage yet, but it was getting close. And it eventually she just God just decided to take her home and not to leave her in her misery. But it's very important for us to do mental health checkup. Don't feel shame about it. It is a good situation to do a self-evaluation, do a professional evaluation of your mental state. Some people may look at it, well, I'm not doing that. I'm not nuts. I'm not crazy, or whatever the case may be. And you never know. I mean, you're trying to tell a crazy person that they're crazy. They're going to tell you are crazy, because their mental state right now at the end of the day doesn't comprehend and it's not function as how it should function anymore. Their mindset is, as what they said, off the rail. And it's very key. It's just a lot of stuff we have to do. Eating right as well. Huh? Yeah, that's what the street always saying. They're off the rail, meaning when you're doing something way off, it's off the rail. But it's a lot. This is not a situation where we can discuss for one night. This is gonna take several discussion and even get professional involved. We hope to follow up with the show with some professional individual on the panel. And possibly if Dee would be on the panel again with those professional, and try to correspond with those individuals, and maybe they can also give 2 cents of what she can keep on doing and what she also can share with them for them to help you guys out there who may be facing these situations, and and to keep hope alive. So, do you have any more final thought you want to share? Anything you think you is more you're concerned where you want to share some things with the public and for them to to keep on um, you know keep on keeping on or to deal with the situation.
There's one big thing that I just want to say to the people of the world. Whatever, whoever watching this channel, and you a mother and you have sons, I just want all of us women as parents and these fathers as fathers to really tap in y'all sons' lives and y'all daughters' lives, especially y'all son's life, to see what's really going on, what they really be doing when they with their friends. Cause I'm just sick and tired of turning on my TV and a mother killed their child or a father killed their
Yeah,
child
sad.
or a child killing another child or a child with a gun. Like, when enough is gonna be enough, like Cardi B said. Like, I'm tired of crying. I mean, everybody gonna cry, but it's just too much as it is going on in this world with Donald Trump, with all these bans, with the Israel hitting Iran. Like, it's just so much going on in this world. Like, we just need to make sure our kids stay focused and stay on the right track and know that they loved and know that they don't have to hang with who knows who that's doing what and on the It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need all our black kings, all our sons, period. Like, because they our future. If we don't got them, then where the future gonna
It
be?
is real out there. I mean, as we see, and we have a show, a political show on Tuesdays, where we talk about
Yeah, and
politics,
the mothers too.
talks
Like, I
about
understand.
financial
Like, it's
things.
hard to be a
So
single mother. I've been a single mother since my baby father got killed. He been killed for he been dead for 13 years right now. Yeah, I got two baby fathers. One of them, first one, he's a deadbeat, so we ain't gonna talk about him. Like, but anyway, he a deadbeat. I've been lost contact with him. No, he cannot touch my phone. He cannot hit my phone on social media. None of that. So my whole point of saying that is this: I understand it'd be hard for us mothers that's single, even if you got a boyfriend. I'm gonna let you know right now. I don't give up. What's going on in your life, sis? The child don't deserve the abuse, the neglect, the you feeding them when you want to, you feeding them certain meals when you want to. At the end of the day, the food stamps is for the kids. It ain't for you, ho, to be feeding that nigga. The kids need that steak with them shrimp, the mashed potatoes, and the broccoli on the side with a little bit of cheese on that baked potato. Like, stop playing with me. Like, really,
for real,
like,
for real. I mean, mothers, you gotta listen
take care
to
of y'all
hear what
kids.
what
Like, for real.
your kids
Too
have
many
been there,
females out here killing their kids.
not these
Too
deadbeat
many.
fathers.
Too
At the end
many.
of the day,
Life goes on, sis.
who don't
Kick that
support
nigga out. Put him
their
out. You can't
kids.
kick him out. Call the cops.
Don't
Get your brothers to put his ass out. Excuse my
don't
language.
put anybody
But don't
before
let no
your
God
kids.
put your life and
You
your
know, at
kid's
the end of the
life in
day,
danger. For
especially
nothing. It ain't
if
that
that
much love in the fucking world.
if that man is not your baby father, don't put him before
Even if
your
it's your
kids.
baby father, you still don't
But
deserve that.
correct. I mean, I don't know
No
what's
type
going
of
on.
abuse, no mental abuse, no physical abuse, no degrading, meaning calling different type of names. Yeah, vice versa.
Yeah, yeah, folks. So take heed.
Because
Listen.
remember, when the kids ain't got their daddy, when they daddy around, who always around? Mommy always around.
Mommy always
That's what I
there.
said. You brung the kids in the world. What you gonna kill the kid at 2 years old for? You
I
had
don't.
him. What
I
you
don't
had him
understand.
for?
I don't
I
understand
don't
it.
understand that.
How you
And I
can
had mine first one at
take
14,
your
but my first one I kept was 15, and she's
your
23.
child life,
I've been
especially
struggling all my life.
at that young
Still
age.
struggling. Don't
How
let
they
Instagram fool
how
me.
they take
The fuck?
their child
Cap
at
in
that
my
young
motherfucking
age
rap.
life.
I don't front for the gram.
It doesn't add up. But folks, it's real out there. Life, it's real itself. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's tough. As what Dee said, how a mother can or a father can kill their newborn or their 5-year-old or 2-year-old. I mean, how can you have a heart to do such thing? I mean, that's you reach to a callous
A lot of times
coldness.
that be mental health
it's
right there that the mother going through. But at the end of the day, like I said, I've been through it. I ain't not one day of the minute of the days that I was going through mental health, my daughters was here with me. I ain't never think of going in that room doing nothing to my daughters.
You know,
Never,
as you said that
never,
there was a
never,
situation in, I think it was
never.
Virginia, where the parent, there was a mother who killed their I think their five kids or their four kids. And when they check it out, after they analyze the situation and investigate, they realize the mother had some mental issue. So again, you know, you see these things because whatever trigger her off, maybe, you know, based on the deadbeat father, what she was dealing with that put her in a statement. Remember, stress is a
Killer.
silent
Stress is a
killer.
killer.
Stress is it's a part of,
Mm,
is like cancer. It's a
right.
silent killer. Sometimes people can be stressed out.
Sometimes people just need somebody to talk to,
Right.
even if
And
it's
it doesn't
stranger.
mean that if for you to be stressed, you have to be like um, worrying about something, or
Right.
you doing something out of the
Right. You could be stressed
ordinary.
about
Like,
somebody else's problems and situation.
stress is a thing where you can have it and it doesn't show on
Right.
your physical aura. It doesn't show on your
It takes
face,
its
or it doesn't
time.
show on your actions, and you could be stressed out. So keep in mind that these are the things that you try your best, and this is for everyone, including myself. Try your best that whatever is going through your life, if you're still alive, you're still breathing,
That's right. You got an
it's
extra day to
it's
make it right,
something that
make it
you
change.
will probably get over with. Now, I can't sit here and tell you that, oh, you know, it's really that easy. No, because some people right now is out there dying.
It's
Their
not.
next um next 2 days, next 3 days, the next 6 months, whatever the case, based on whatever doctor predict to them that they will leave this world. I mean, that's gonna be stressful. Some people, I don't want to die anytime soon. I hope to live to see 100, 150, or whatever the case may be. Is that realistic? I don't know. But at the same time, I want to live to see long. So now finding out that I'm going to die tomorrow or next week, it can be stressful. You know, it can be stressful. So, and it can create problems, and those stress can even create mental issues for you. At the end of the day, some people go through that, where because of stress, they reach to a state of mind where they start having mental issues, and because, you know, they're thinking so much about the thing and worrying so hard, and they're not seeking any help about it. Sometimes I am myself guilty at times where there are certain things I'm going through and I try to handle it on my own,
Right.
knowing that I can go and talk to someone or get help. And I don't do that. I think because of this egotistic behavior we have,
Right.
especially I'm from the Caribbean, and Caribbean men usually, you know, how we grew up, we think that, oh, being tough or don't cry, or you're going through certain situation, man up, boy, and take that. And we think that makes us strong. No, it doesn't make us strong. Because what happened now is that when we go into relationships or different situations, not just a romantic relationship, but even friendship, co-worker, you know, business relationship, sometimes because of those things what we encounter growing up, we don't know how to manage our feelings and how to work with our feelings on a romantic level, on a on a what do you call it, on a friendship level, on a business level. Our attitude tends to leak into those categories and create problems for us and create segregation for us ourselves, you know. And I don't know if someone can relate out there, but I've seen it a lot,
I
especially within
can.
the Caribbean industry or within the Caribbean families. Guys, it's nothing wrong of crying. There's nothing wrong of crying. If you have something and you're hurt about it, it's not going to make you a less of a man for you to, you know, just like as you see D was here crying, tearing up because, you know, as the stuff what she reminiscing over. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it for you to tear. I tear at times. I cried at times during certain things I remember or go through. You're not gonna see me hollering down the street, you know, but I will sit there and I would have a tear going to my eyes, or even crying, you know, tears running down, because of something I'm going through. But it's not a joke out there. This mental situation, it's not a joke. We have to take it serious, especially for kids. We've seen, as I said, experiencing on hand. people, family member are in these situations mentally, and it's tough. It's tough to sit there, look at your loved ones, your family member are possibly going through the situation, and you can't do anything about it. The only thing you can hopefully that you sit and you talk with them, and they would open up to you to express themselves and to help them to get better and stuff like that. So please do your diligence. Try to talk to other people. Try to seek help professionally if you're experiencing anything, or if you know if anyone experiencing anything. D, I would say thank you for stopping by the garage to share your your thoughts with us, your
You
personal
welcome. You welcome.
experience,
You welcome.
and without with us sharing what the share with you with us and sharing with the public, we hope you take this as a tool to run with. For final thought, Deet, what you would like to share with the public, what you would like to continue to encourage them to do as we come to a close.
I encourage everybody to stay focused, to take care of your priorities first, to take care of priorities first. To, make sure you check on your family, the ones that you haven't seen in years, months, or whatever. Even if it's a call on Facebook, text message, and to basically just stay safe and just to keep your head on a swivel when you out here in these streets on MTA and out in the public. And at the end of the day, if you can make $1, you can make 15 cents. So never say never.
Indeed,
I mean, if you can make 15 cents, you can make $1. You
Make
know
a
what I
dollar,
mean.
right?
Have a blessed one. Happy Father's Day.
Happy
And
Father's Day
to me
to
too.
the good and the bad fathers. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's
We
Day to
thank
all the
you
fathers.
one more time for joining the garage. I'm Mike, your host. We delighted that you take some time out in your busy schedule. You're probably going to party now, but maybe you're listening to us or you're watching us actually.
No,
We thank you for joining us. And please, we cannot do this without you. Please like, share.
About to get me.
You about to what? Oh, D ready to party now. Uh-oh. Watch it now. Watch it now, folks. She ready to drop it like it's hot. Uh-oh. 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 Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time,
Cinnamon 86 at Instagram. Holla at me.
holla at D. Until next
Anybody
time,
want to feature me on a podcast? Holla at me.
Holla
Let
at
you know
D.
what the fee is.
Until next time, same place. This is Mike, your host, The Garage. Peace out.